When I started this channel, I had one thing in mind: get people into the kitchen and help them to make better food. Sometimes when you get home after a long day, you just don't feel like taking out a knife or a cutting board or even turning on a burner. And as much as I love cooking, I totally get it. That's why today, I'm not asking you to do any of that. I'm gonna show you how to make a delicious burrito without chopping, cooking, or baking a thing. Let's go. Before we get started, let's go over the rules I decided on before making my burritos. 1. No burners, grills, or ovens, but microwaves are okay. No matter what, you're going to need something to warm up a couple of ingredients, and this is the easiest way to do that. 2. No breaking down of any ingredients unless it's with my hands, so no knives, scissors, or any other chopping or slicing implements. 3. No more than 15 minutes in the kitchen, and this is a true 15-minute time limit. There is no prep or anything done ahead of time. One of the main ideas in this exercise is to show how we can use a supermarket as our own personal prep chef. Finding pre-cooked or pre-sliced ingredients with only a slight compromise in flavor is the main goal here. So we're starting off with a rotisserie chicken. These are usually the best quality pre-cooked chicken you can buy from a grocery store. I would definitely recommend this over frozen. An added bonus is that if you're making dinner right after you get home, the chicken will already be hot, so all you need to do is shred it and set that aside for now. Next, we're going to make a quick salsa. For this, I'm starting with a can of Rotel, which is pretty much just some chopped tomatoes and some green chilies. I drained some of the liquid from the can before adding it to my bowl. To that, I'm adding some pre-chopped veggies. You can usually find some packages like this in the refrigerated area of the produce department in your grocery store. So I'm going to add that, along with a few cubes of frozen crushed garlic. You may remember this from the first video on my channel, where I determined that this is much better than the pre-minced stuff from the jar. But the blanching and freezing process does lose some of the garlic flavor, so I'm adding 3 cubes to this, which is equivalent of 3 garlic cloves. Finally, I'm going to just tear up a couple of cilantro leaves, which is totally optional. Now for a bit of salt, pepper, and I'm going to add some cumin. You can add some spice with cayenne pepper as well, but just remember that the Rotel is a little spicy already, so maybe taste before you do that. Next, we'll get to the rice. Believe it or not, you can get packs of frozen rice that you can microwave in like 4 minutes. This doesn't quite have the same texture as fresh, but I would put it above minute rice for sure. Also, it's not seasoned at all, so let's get some salt and pepper in there, and I'm adding some olive oil as well for richness and flavor. Mix it up, and that's ready to go. For the beans, I got a can of black beans that just had some added spices. I'm just draining and rinsing these before setting them aside for assembly, which we're pretty much ready for now. The tortilla is going on a plate and getting microwaved for just 30 seconds, which will warm it up and get it a little more pliable. I know that this isn't how Chipotle does it, but I like to start with the mushiest ingredients first. So I'm starting off with some sour cream. In the spirit of this dinner, I'm using the squeeze bottle kind, followed by the salsa, chicken, rice, some pre-shredded lettuce, the beans, and some pre-shredded cheese, which is just as good as freshly shredded, in case you missed my test on that. There were a couple of things that did not make it into this burrito that I would usually add. The first is lime. I couldn't find any pre-cut limes, and I was not about to use the bottled stuff after my findings in the fresh lemon juice video. And the second is guac. Pre-made guac just makes me sad. The texture is always kind of slimy, so in my opinion, it's better to go without than to use something you know you won't like. At this point, any burrito aficionado will recognize that I totally overstuffed this burrito. Yes, I did think about making a new one to re-roll, but this video is not about being perfect. It's about being honest with yourself and setting realistic expectations. We're all doing our best, and sometimes your best is an overstuffed burrito you threw together with some pre-made ingredients in 15 minutes. And you know what? It tasted pretty good. I mean, the effort to deliciousness ratio on this was not bad at all. That being said, I did end up adding some hot sauce for extra flavor. I think Annie was right when he said,
hot sauce is the best.
I love hot sauce.
Hot sauce is the best.
Hot sauce is the best. 6 hours from then, I'm sitting on
Hot
stage.
sauce is the best.
Hot sauce is the best.
Hot sauce.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Hot sauce is the best.
And you're right, Annie. Hot sauce is the best.
at the end of the day, sure. With a couple extra minutes and some knife work, we could make something a little nicer. But the point of this video is to get you into the habit of getting into the kitchen and feeling comfortable there. That being said, I really enjoy the process of making this video, and I want to turn it into a series. So if anyone has an idea on what they want to see me do next, please leave a comment below. If you haven't already, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to my channel for more kitchen tips, tests, and recipes, and I'll see you next time.